of Emily's Papercrafts. Today I want to show you how to create your own iris folded mountain with a moose. Let's get started. Okay, so landscapes are really fun. I cut out my opening earlier, and I am going to use a piece of washi tape. Wow, can't say that fast today. And it's kind of fitting that we're making a mountain landscape today because a thunderstorm just started. So if you hear funky noises in the background, don't worry. It's just either hail or thunder or a downpour. Any one of the above could be about to happen. But again, very appropriate for a mountain landscape. So I'm going to start by putting some flowers. And I think I have way more flower paper here than I need. The cool thing about doing a landscape is you get to decide what piece of paper goes where. There's no necessarily right or wrong. It's personal artistic choice. I like putting some flowers and a little bit of color first thing in my landscapes. Also because it's got lots more detail and you're going to see those details up closer than you would if you were far away. The other cool thing about landscapes is you're just pretty much taping them from side to side. So one set of flowers. I'm going to do a second set. Might use that little tidbit elsewhere. Ooh, the hail stopped. That's going to be a good thing. That just means we're in for more. If as you're working on this landscape card and your lines don't quite match up, don't worry about it. They'll just blend in with the next one. So then I've got a variety of greens. These do tend to get very sticky because you're taping from side to side, but that's okay. And I'm going to do another one. I'm going to switch up my greens. I've got a few greens. The other cool thing about landscapes is if you don't like where one of my lines is, you could just hide it and no one is ever going to notice. Like this one. Like, no, I've got a piece of wider paper here. Let's just eliminate one of those lines. No one's going to know. And it's going to look just fine on the other side when we finally flip it over. Let's see, which green do I want next? We're ready for that one? Nah. Let's do another strip of this green. Nope, I don't either. That's this challenge of landscapes, but also kind of the one fun thing about landscapes. You can change your mind whenever you want as to what piece of paper you want where. Sometimes though, it's really easy to overthink it, so don't let yourself overthink it too much. Just enjoy having fun, putting down a new piece of paper, and seeing what it looks like. Anticipating what it's going to look like. Because I really want to cheat right now and turn it over and see what it looks like. But I'm going to work on delayed gratification here at the moment. So now I'll do another strip of this darker green. this one, because it's got two really cool greens on each side. One side has words, one side does not. I almost like that side better. Too much fun here with double-sided paper. Especially when they're both the right color for a landscape. Okay, next. Don't think that one's, nope. Put that one up there. It's the right length up there. So then I'll have to go back to this one just because it's the only one that I've got lots of still. And I totally forgot to put more tape on that, didn't I? Yes, I did. So how come it came up so easily? More tape. Nope, here comes our rain. More hail. It's a coming. All right, I think I had just enough flowers. Yep, I'm gonna have to readjust the line there to accommodate my short little piece of flowers. But as long as each tail overlaps on each end with what's below it, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think I'm gonna do another one of these, but this side, it's a long one, so I'll get one more little skinny piece out of it. Put some more all the way across. Whoop. It's because I put tape up the sides, that's why I'm sticking to it so much. Stay put. Not unless I really readjust. I'm gonna grab another piece of paper. Don't. Okay, so we're gonna make do with what we have. Which is okay, because we needed to go to dark greens there anyway really soon. We just won't have quite so many going all the way across. But that's okay because we're going to get creative. We're going to take this one. And just kind of alternate them here just to help. Oh, no sticking yet. Again, as long as both tails at least overlap a little bit, you'll be fine. And no one will know. Which is a really cool thing. Okay, so next, mostly because I'm out of some of my other greens, here it is. Here's our rain. It's time to do some dark greens. Is that gonna go all the way across twice? Yes, sweet, okay. Measure twice, cut once, right? So now, go across all the way once. Time for a little bit more tape. Boy, is it raining outside. Glad I'm not out there. You know what, just for a smidgen of visual interest, let's toss one more of these little guys in there. Make it look like we got one more little hill. Okay, now ideally with my pattern I would have gone one more line with green, but I ran out, and such is life. So we're gonna take our sort of brown mottled paper and we're going to tear. And you can just tear it in any sort of way you want. After sort of like a mountain shape to it. I like having a little bit of a white torn edge, but if you're like, nah, not quite my style. The other half does not have that, so I could blend in, just because I want to see what it's going to look like. Blend in a little bit of that on this side and then put my taller mountains in the background. I'm kind of liking that. So, not so much all this white over here. Alright, still have tape on the sides. Excellent. So, we're just going to lay it down on one side, make sure it overlaps. These are sort of like the foothills, if you would. And then we'll put taller mountains behind it. It needs a little bit more tape very gently because I know this one did not want to catch super well or all the way. Okay, voila. All right, now I am going to peek just so I can decide whether or not I want one more row of mountains. No, I kind of like it. So then we're going to fill in the rest. No, maybe I will. So where you take your scraps and you hold it up and go, do I want more? Because next we'll go to sky. So this is your last opportunity to put in more mountains. Yeah, I'm going to do one more row of mountains. One more row. Some more tape down here. And actually, you know what? I like looking at the front side so I can line up my mountains. Alright, then it's going to be easy enough just to trim this off. Now we're down to sky. And again, don't worry about if your mountains aren't exactly lining up with the pattern. The pattern is just there to get you started. So then for my sky, I have this really cool recycled blue envelope of handmade paper. But it poses a few extra challenges because handmade paper does not like double-sided tape super well. So this is actually the envelope flap. But because I do like my paper lying flat, I'm going to put some, what should I call it, peel and stick adhesive tape to the back side just to help keep it all folded down. And then kind of just whatever way you want your lines to go is fine. There's no right or wrong. Once again, I went with the handmade paper because it shows some of the fibers. It's just kind of cool that you can make it look like and feel like it's got some clouds in it. And learning and remembering from previous experience, you don't put roller runner tape on handmade paper. You'll be very sad that you did. So I could either just go ahead and close it up completely, or just to help maintain that sense of doing layers, you could also have layered with like a sunset color or sunrise color because we are over the mountains. Or just leave it as blue sky. Imagine that there's no thunderstorm going on outside. no rain, no hail. Actually, I'm going to just use up this little scrap here because I like using up my scraps. And I don't need a fold because this one is just going to go right over that opening. And we have the landscape part done. Woohoo! Now we need to take our moose, or if you have a bear or some other woodland creature, and kind of position it. Remember that the brad you're going to have sticking up a little bit, so kind of eyeball it. Make sure it's going to sort of line up, stand where you would like it to. Take a sharp object and very carefully, you don't want to impale yourself, poke a hole through all of the layers of paper through the backside so you can put the brad through. Otherwise, if you don't prepare a hole, your brad is just going to completely rip off all of your iris folding layers, and that would be sad. Okay, this one didn't come out super thick, so you could either just leave it, position it just like it is on your greeting card, or different sizes. Great job cutting. Woohoo! Need to go back to school for that one, I guess. Or use some little bit of runner tape along the edges. Because of all that paper right down at the center, it's wanting to bulk up there rather than on the edges of your card. So you really don't need a ton of paper because most of it is taken care of here in the center to add that extra bulk. You want to position some of the extra pieces at like the top or the bottom where there isn't quite as much bulk. That's probably a good idea to add an extra little partial strip. Just to help keep it from folding in on itself. I'm curious. All right. I know what I did. I folded it the wrong way. That's what it is. Well, normally at this point, if you have cut and folded your card correctly, you would pull up all of your sticky tape and then position this on the front of your greeting card. But because my greeting card and my iris folding are two different lengths sizes because I folded my card wrong, it happens to all of us. I am not going to position my card front on front of my poorly folded card, but you would smooth it out, line it up, and position it. And there you would have your moose enjoying some springtime flowers in the mountains in the middle of a thunderstorm. Thanks so much for joining me in my own thunderstorm tonight. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.